Now then guys, how you doing? Thank you for joining me again on another Career Rewind, and this time, you've got to go with the one club man that is Francesco Totti. Now, over 600 appearances for Roma, and he got treated a little bit shittily at the end, don't get me wrong, when he went into that staff role. However, Totti, big player, predominantly an attacker midfielder, can play as a striker should he need to. But yeah, we're going to play him as an attacker midfielder today. That's where he belongs. Let's have a look at him. So here we go then guys, Francesco Totti in Roma's youth team. So he's currently in their under-18s, absolutely loving life, 16-year-old. Look at the state of him though, technically, dribbling, finishing, first touch, all 15 already. He's looking good technically, mentally, determination 20, vision 16. Physically, he isn't the quickest. He'll have pace around about 15, 16 I reckon by the time he hits his prime. Heading was his weakness as well. But long throws, don't have to take a long throw at 5, but you want him to get forward. This guy's going to get forward. When you look at his player traits, runs with the ball through the centre, gets forward whenever possible, and shoots from distance. Now, where did I get these attributes from? How have I picked these numbers? So what I've done is I've gone as far back as I possibly could, all the way down into the Championship Manager databases. Now, this is approximately where he was around about 20 years of age. Now, I have taken some numbers off, lowered them slightly. His potential's still going to be the same. I'm still expecting him to push on. However, will he stay at the club all the way through? That's the thing. His loyalty is set to the highest it possibly can be. So it'll be interesting to see if he will move on. His media description is a promising attacker midfielder. His reputation is regional at the time being, however, 16-year-old. He's not being capped by Italy at any level, as he is just literally being taken on straight into the under-18s. And like I say, it'll be interesting to see if he gets into the first team this season. However, he has been valued quite modestly, 1.3 million to 3.8 million there, and his wages are £220 a week, so it'll be interesting to see how he moves on there. So when we look at his position on the pitch then, he plays behind the striker and attacker midfielder centre. However, he can play up front should needs be. At this moment in time, he's competent, and I'd imagine he's unconvincing left and right in those wide areas. Now, he's both-footed, predominantly a right-footed player, however here, very strong on the left foot. Both feet were set to the same ability there, so that's how we see it. And then when we look at the attribute analysis, he's an all-rounded player, but I'd expect to see that attacking really push on over the next couple of seasons. So looking at the season preview then for Roma, Roma are expected a 6th place finish, 13-1 to win the league. They've got no players in the media dream 11. However, Jose Mourinho has just taken over as the manager of Roma, obviously after getting dismissed by Tottenham. So it'll be interesting to see if Totti has any part to play in the Roma first team this season. So what we're going to do then, as we do in every Career Rewind, is we're going to do this in 5-year spells. So we'll skip forward 5 years until... So we'll skip forward 5 years and see if he's moved on. We then move on another 5 years, another 5 years. That's 15 years into his career. And if he hasn't retired by that point, then what we do is we move on forward to the end of his career to see where he ends up. Right, so 5 years in then, guys. Unsurprisingly, Totti is still at Roma. Now 21-year-old, he's got 30 caps and 15 goals for Italy, so he's managed to get himself in there. He's got a worldwide reputation, and his media description is an elite attacker midfielder. He is still a natural attacker midfielder, accomplished striker, and unconvincing out on the left and right as well. But look at those attributes as it stands. Dribbling, finishing, first touch, all 17. Technique, 17. That determination, 19 as well. But all of his high attributes are in the right areas. When we look at his contract expires in another 2 years' time. He's getting paid 76 grand a week. That loyalty bonus just under £1 million. But there is no release clause, and he's currently valued at 61 million to 182 million pounds. A 21-year-old, I reckon, if we were to skip forward another 5 years, he's probably still going to be at Roma. So looking at his career stats so far then, so his first season in, he ended up playing 15 times, scoring 2 goals. When you look at him now non-competitively, so in the under-18s, he played 16 times, scored 11 goals and 7 assists before getting promoted. He only started 2 times though in the league, 13 substitute appearances there, but 2 goals in the league. We then go into his second season, 21 starts in the league, 6 goals there. The season after, 34 starts with 1 substitute appearance, 11 goals, 7 assists. He's doing bits continentally then, 8 starts and 3 assists, and he just gets better with 20 goals the season after, 24 goals in all competitions, 38 starts in that one, so he played every game that season. 34 the season just gone, 17 goals still, and this is the guy that's playing behind a striker, so he's quality, a 7.28 rating there as well. 4 seasons on the bounce as well, he's been delivering over a 7 rating average wise. So let's have a look at how Roma have performed over the last 5 years. So as you can see in his first season, a 5th place finish with 73 points on the board. They then finished second the season after with 81 points, 8 points behind Juve though. The season after that, a 3rd place finish, 77 points on the board, 94 points for Juve, only losing 2 games all season. The season after, Juve managed 94 points again, with Roma getting 86. And then this season just gone, 82 points on the board for Roma, 5 points behind Juve. So Roma are closing the gap, however, Juve only getting 87 points when in other seasons have smashed 94 points. In a couple of seasons, yeah. It's not looking good for Roma. However, they are getting Champions League football every season. So looking at the tactic then that Roma are using, you can see that Totti's not in that position, but they are playing a 4-2-3-1. Naturally, Totti's going to be playing behind the striker, or even better, up front. But with a lot of these players on now, be just returning from holiday, so that isn't their starting 11. And then looking at his milestones then, so you can see in 2021, just behind my head, he made his debut for Roma against Trabzonspor. He then scored his first senior goal against Torino. That was in 2022. He was named in the Roma seasonal best 11 as well that season in 2022. Again, he was named in it in 2023. And he did win the Primavera Team Cup. So that is the Under-20s Cup. So he won that with Roma. So his first bit of silverware coming with the Under-20s. In 23-24, he was the NXGN runner-up. So in that season, he ended up behind Makoko. Well, he's a player and a half, him anyway, let's be honest. Let's have a look at those attributes. Another quality player. Quite similar, though, to Totti. However, Totti playing a little bit deeper. He got his first international cap against Turkey at the age of 19. He's got his first international goal against Scotland at age 19. And he was a winner in the European Football Championship with Italy. So there you go. He's got his first international bit of silverware already. He was also the young player of the tournament for that, and then he was named the European Golden Boy. Absolutely love that. Playing 46 times, scoring 15 goals and 12 assists. So in the 2025 season, he was inducted into Italy's overall best 11, named in Roma's seasonal best 11 again. He was the MVP in the Serie A and also won the Coppa Trophy. There you go, this season just gone in the 2025 year. So there you go. It's again some quality players amongst them. And then this season it's looking good for him again. So overall for Totti, he's had a decent 5 years at Roma. I'm not surprised that he's still there. Quite disappointed that he hasn't moved on. It would be interesting to see where he would end up next. However, we're going to move forward another 5 years and we'll see if he's still at Roma. Right guys, so we're now 10 years into the future of Totti's career and we can see he's finally made the move. He has gone to Chelsea in the Premier League. So he's made his way to England, now got 4.5-star reputation worldwide, still an elite attacker midfielder, but he's now an accomplished striker as well. So can players that forward and behind the striker, still unconvincing left and right. But attributes-wise, again, you can see, dribbling, finishing, first touch, 17. That determination, still 19. Acceleration, pace, 15. He's never going to be much quicker than that anyway. But technically, mentally, physically, still an incredible player. Yes, he's about to hit his peak now, 26-year-old. Italy's had 91 caps already and scored 69 goals for them. One absolute boss, man. Valued at up to 258 million as well. He's currently on 425k per week. That is absolutely crazy money. What about contract? Has he got any release clauses? No. He gets 1.6 million if they win the Champions League. And he's got a 12.75 million loyalty bonus as well. What a boy. So let's have a look at him. So he's actually went to Barcelona. He went to Barcelona for 69 million. Played a couple of seasons. Then Chelsea went in for 145 million pound. So he played 2 more seasons at Roma then, playing 35 times, scoring 18 goals, and then 33 times the season after and scoring 18 goals, again 11 assists in that one, before making the move to Spain with Barcelona, 37 games, 18 goals, 11 assists, but then the season after, no wonder Chelsea bid £145 million for him, 37 games played, 26 goals, 13 assists, a 7.64 average rating. He then went to Chelsea, 34 games, 21 goals, 9 assists. Be interesting just to have a quick look at where Chelsea are playing him tactically. So they are playing him up front. He's playing at the front of a three. Look at Makoku's there as well. Havertz, Chilwell and Christensen in there. Caligari as well is a decent player. Let's just have a look. Did he come from Fluminense? Yes, he did. Yeah, he come from Brazil. So he's playing at the front of the three there. Obviously, the system that Chelsea are using doesn't have a player behind the striker. So looking at Roma then, in that 26-27 season, obviously you had 2 more seasons at Roma. They ended up finishing in 5th place, 73 points on the board, into Boston that season. Juve, though, had a shocker on 85 points, finishing in 3rd place. Roma finished 2nd, 2 points behind Milan. Obviously that was his swan song, and off he went. To Barcelona, who finished 2nd in the league, 2 points then behind Real Madrid. He's got bad luck, this guy, before he then go on to win it. 91 points on the board, 38 games played, 29 wins, 4 draws, 5 losses. Wowzers. Then off to Chelsea, where they finished in 4th place, 84 points to board. It was a close one. 3 teams on 84 points there. Liverpool winning the league on 88. So he's got 1 domestic title at least with Barcelona, but yeah, not ideal for him at the minute. So what about personal accolades then? Let's have a look. So obviously, he's got plenty of accolades here. Is there any real standout ones? What about the Ballon d'Or and bits like that? I know it might be a bit early to talk about the Ballon d'Or, but has he won any major awards? He was named in a 27-28 European International League Best Young Player. Shortlisted for the 2028 the Best FIFA Men's Player. He didn't win that, obviously. And then we look at him, obviously, going off to Barcelona. Shortlisted for the 2029 Best FIFA Men's Player. Did he actually win any of that? Erling Haaland, absolute menace. He wins it. But then he finishes in 3rd place this year. What about the year before? He didn't even make it. 2028 didn't make it neither. Might as well have a look at it from here then. So let's have a look at the Ballon d'Or. Totti won it, so he's the most recent winner. 2030 has won it. Did he come close any other seasons? Not in that one. What about 2028? No. 2027? So Totti hasn't been there anyway. So that was the first opportunity he's had, or the first time he's made it into the top 3, and he gets it there. So he has won the Ballon d'Or at 2030, almost 10 years in. He picks it up while playing for Chelsea. So competitions-wise then, what has he won? He's won the Nations League with Italy, World Cup runners-up with Italy, Santander champions, Supercoppa champions as well with Barcelona. In 2028 with Roma, he finished Europa League's runners-up and UEFA Nations League runners-up with Italy. So, you know, he's getting there or thereabouts. A bit of heartbreak throughout his career so far. But what did he go for again? Just to remind ourselves, £145 million at Chelsea. I reckon this is where he'll end his career. I know he's got probably another 10 years in him, but that kind of money, £145 million. My only concern with him at the minute would be he doesn't really fit into their system. Yes, they're playing him up as the striker. Realistically, he wants to be playing as attacker midfielder. So what we're going to do is we're going to move forward another 5 years and see if he still ends up at Chelsea. You know, like I say, his loyalty was there. His loyalty is max at 20, but he's already on his 3rd team, 10 seasons in. So you never know. We'll see how he gets on in the next 5 years. Right then guys, so 15 years in now, 1st July 2036, Totti is still loving life in London. With 139 caps and 101 goals for Italy. He could potentially play for England as well. Obviously, that's done and gone. You know, he's had his time with Italy, but he's now classed as an English national as well. When we look at his personal information, he's still got that worldwide reputation. 4.5 stars. He's now a legendary attacking midfielder, and he's a model professional. Again, he is still a natural as an attacker midfielder and as a striker. Attributes-wise, you know, he still looks very strong. Technically, spot on as at crossing and corners, taking a little bit of a hit. Long throws, 5, heading 9. He was never that great in the air anyway. The rest of the stuff, though, all still looking very good. Vision, now 20. Is that the only attribute? He's got a 20. Yes, it is. Still a very all-rounded player. Definitely edging towards the attacking end, though. His contract expires in another 2 years, and he has got no minimum release clause. That's the big thing, so there's no chance of anyone poaching him. I am not surprised that he's still at Chelsea. You know, he's been playing some incredible football there. However, obviously in La Liga, that's where he was turning up with 26 goals in 37 appearances. But when we look at the next 5 years then, he played 24 games, scored 15 goals in the 31-32 season. The season after, he played 36 times, scored 15 goals. These are all in the league, by the way. Same again the season after, 13 goals in 37 appearances. He had a bit of a shocking season in that 34-35 with only 9 goals in the league. He scored 18 now in all competitions, and then 19 this season, 24 in all competitions. 5 internationally, 3 in the Champions League as well. So how have Chelsea done in the league then in the last 5 years? So he had a 5th place finish, but still managed to qualify for the Champions League. 72 points on the board there. The season after, 3rd place, 87 points on the board. 6 points behind Manchester City, who bossed it in that one. The season after, Chelsea in 4th. They have come nowhere near. 4th place again. Then last season, 4th place again. And then that is it. So yes, they haven't really broken into those top 2 spaces. And that's quite poor when you consider their team that they have. So looking at them tactically then, Totti is playing behind the striker, so he's not an out-and-out striker now. They are playing him in that attacking midfield role, which is where he belongs in fairness, behind the striker. Still a very good team there. Mokoko's still there. Everyone else more or less. Regens, Havertz and Gavi playing behind Totti. So yeah, real good team. And then looking at his milestones then in the competitions wise, so in the 2032 season, Chelsea won the Super Cup. They also won the Champions League. He's absolutely loving that Champions League and the FA Cup, so a decent season for them then. They then finished runners-up in the Champions League the season after and runners-up in the FA Cup. In the 2035 season then, so they had a season with absolutely nothing. They won the FA Cup, but were runners-up in the Community Shield. So, and they finished third place in the Nations League again. Awards-wise then, has he really been tearing it up in the last 5 years? So when we look at from the 2032 season, he was named in the FIFA Pro World 11 Team of the Year. He was the Ballon d'Or runner-up as well. So when we're looking at the Ballon d'Or again, obviously he won it in 2030. The season after, he wasn't even in there. 2032 he was in, and I'm assuming he hasn't been anywhere near since now. Erling Haaland, absolute menace to society, this guy. When you look at him, still incredible at 35 years of age. Hasn't scored as many goals internationally as Totti though, but 98 goals in 120 appearances for Norway isn't bad going at all. As we get further forward then, he was named in Italy's seasonal best 11, as well as being inducted into Chelsea's overall best 11. We get further forward then to 2035, where he was shortlisted for the FIFA Men's Player of the Year. Didn't win it obviously, but then he did win last season's Chelsea's Player of the Year. But again, he hasn't won any major awards. That Ballon d'Or was his peak. He did come close again, but yes, that is it for this season. So, looking at Totti then, career-wise, he is still at Chelsea. He's probably got, 5 more years in him at the grand old age of 31. So we might as well skip forward another 5 years and see how he goes until he retires. Will he end up at Chelsea? Will he go off to the MLS maybe for more money? Because at 400k a week, he's going to take some matching by another club. So yes, what we'll do is we'll move forward until Totti retires and we'll see where he ended up. Right then guys, so this is it. The year is 2042. He's been retired a year as Totti. I wanted to give him the opportunity to see if he got a management role anywhere, but look at those managing attributes. He's not getting anything. Wants to be a manager though, or head of youth development. That's the way he's wanting to go, but nobody's shown any interest as of yet. Let's have a look at his career history then. As he actually left Chelsea and went off to Juve. So Juve still spent 46.5 million on him. But he was scoring some goals in the Serie A. He actually scored 4 goals in 3 games at the start of the 38-39 season. Yeah, but he tore it up since going to Juve. 34 games and 14 goals and 10 assists in the season that he joined. 46.5 million. You know, he was cracking on towards the back end of his career. Even the season that ended with him retiring, he played 32 times and scored 14 goals. So Totti has been doing bits. He ended his career at Juve, went back to Italy. Disappointingly, you know, as the romantic, he'd want him to have gone back to Roma. However, that didn't happen. And when you look at it, like I said at the start of the episode, I set his loyalty to 20 and he's ended up playing for 4 different teams. So, there you go. So looking at his milestones then, overall, there's not been too much going for him in the last 5 years of his career. So we look at him going to Juve, where he wasn't really named in anything. But he did win the PS5 Super Cup, and, you know, the year is 2039. By then, we'll be on PS15, no doubt. But yeah, he won that. He also won the Serie A, so at least he won his domestic trophy. The Serie A champions in the 2039 season. He won the PS5 Super Cup again the season after, and then he won the Serie A again. So he won the Serie A twice, and not bad going for him. And then he retired from playing on the 25th of June in 2041. So that is it done then. So looking at Totti again, you can see his attributes for coaching are an absolute shambles. So there you go, guys. 156 caps for Italy, 111 goals. Francesco Totti, what a career he's had. 37-year-old and about to go into management. So there you go then, guys. Thank you very much for watching. If you are new to the channel, please leave a thumbs up and subscribe. It would mean a lot. But yeah, take care and I'll catch you later. Ta-ra.